Hello and welcome to Aiden and Cooper's Movie Castle. My name is Aiden.
I'm Cooper. Yeah.
And this is our beautiful movie castle. We're going to talk about movies, things. We don't really have a high concept for this one. We're going to be looking, well, we do, don't we? We're going to be looking through are we going to do top 10 or just like favorites?
We can just talk about some highlights, I think, which are probably all in our top 10. But we're 6 months, a little over 6 months into 2025.
Shit sucks.
And it's been a year. We'll talk about that. But we wanted to recap a bit of what's going on and maybe what we're excited about in the next another 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Wicked for good.
Wicked for good. And before we get into that, we did a segment last week that we thought was kind of fun where I had you guess the year's movie came out.
I forgot about this.
I have 3 more movies for you to guess what year they came out.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right, the first one is Army of the Dead. This is a Zack Snyder film.
Oh, okay.
I may have just given it away.
So this was 23, right?
No.
24?
No.
No, 22?
No, it's 21.
What?
Yeah, 21.
That's bizarre to me.
We're going to talk about Zack Snyder a little bit later in this episode, I think, probably.
Yeah. Okay. That's embarrassing to me. I kind of just blurted it out because I thought I knew for sure. Like these later, in the last 5 years or whatever, I feel like I know, but I guess it has been a long time, hasn't it? Damn.
I never saw this movie. You saw it, though, right?
Yeah, it's bad.
You would have guessed.
If you were to look at it like I was to look at it and say, the first, what's this, Dawn of the Dead? Dawn of the Dead remake is great, probably his best movie or whatever. And this takes place in zombie Vegas. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's up, maybe he's having fun. And nah, that movie sucks. It doesn't have any fun with Vegas, and it's just lame, dude. Bummer. Mm-hmm. Bummer movie. All right.
My next one is Bend It Like Beckham. What year did this movie come out?
Okay, all right.
This is another kind of more, I don't know if deep cut's the word.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it's in the aughts, and it's like, I want to say 05, but it's either 05, 06.
Go earlier.
Could
That's
be
my hint.
04. Is it 03? Is it the year of my own birth?
It's the year of my own birth.
So
2002.
75.
Yeah, 1975.
02, huh?
02.
02. All
yeah,
right.
I haven't seen that movie. I actually haven't seen any of the movies I'm listing off to you.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I have, but it's been a long, long time. Okay.
All right, and then the next one, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get this one. This is a very old movie. Mm-hmm. Stanley Kubrick's Lolita.
Lolita.
Mm-hmm. If you want a hint, I can give you the decade.
This is 70s, yeah?
60s.
Really?
Yeah.
Well then look at how good I'm gonna be doing. It's a 68?
62.
That early, huh?
That early, yeah. It's like
he's kind of an old fucker, isn't he?
He is. He was making movies in the
When did
early
The Killing
60s.
come out, dude? I thought that was like 62.
I don't know. I
Was
think
that
it's
59?
like maybe 50, 58. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, you better, bitch.
All right.
You want me to do one?
Sure, you can give me a few.
Okay, I'll do you a few.
While I do that, I will look up when The Killing came out. I think I've seen The Killing. 56. Yes, I've seen The Killing. I enjoy The Killing.
I like the shit Killing too. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, when they come out.
75.
And there you go. Good boy.
Have you ever been to the live thing that they do in Ogden where you like throw popcorn and shit at the screen? Was it popcorn?
I've been to.
It's rice. No, I don't know.
Yeah, rice at the beginning because it's the wedding. Yeah, I've been like 3 or 4 times.
Oh wow.
To various versions of it. I went to one during COVID that was weird. That was not quite anything, but it was fun. That was my first one, and then I've done one or two at Broadway with the riff track people too. And
yeah,
I thought that was a bit much. Just a lady that liked to say cunt a bunch. I just remember that. But yeah, they give you a little bag. It's fun. You throw stuff and you wibbly wobbly. And so I've really had a lot of good times. I've even dressed up one time.
Oh wow!
Believe it or not.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So the version of this that I've seen is where the whole thing is in black and white until the time warp. Is it normally like that, or is that just the Blu-ray edition that I rented?
I think that's a Blu-ray. I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't think that's the case.
Cool.
From what I remember, because it starts with the big fucking red lips.
Yeah.
You know. And then I don't think it's not black and white. No.
Okay. Cool. The version I've seen starts in black and white, and then it time warps and it goes into color.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think you might have just watched a bootleg, man. That's crazy. I've never heard of that. Maze Runner: The Death Cure.
Oh shit! So this is after 2013, right?
Yeah.
2017.
Which
This is
Maze Runner is it?
This is the third one
This is
because
the third
Scorched.
one.
I've only seen the first one,
So
but
you say 17.
Scorched Trials is the second one. I'm gonna say 17.
You're very close. It's early 18.
Early 18.
Early 18. My friend Benjamin cried at this film.
Oh wow.
It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What else can I give you? All right. Patterson. You heard of this movie?
Yes, this is the Jim Jarmusen movie,
Yeah.
right? 2012.
2016.
2016.
2016. It was an Amazon Prime film.
I believe his zombie movie is 2012, right?
No, I think that's even later. I think that was like 2019.
Fuck, what am I thinking?
2019.
Damn.
The Dead Don't Die.
Damn, what am I thinking of? I don't know.
Only Lovers Left Alive is 2013.
Maybe, I don't know. Well,
all right.
we both didn't do very good.
It's just kind of fun for us. Just
it
like
is.
a fun thing for us.
It warms up my brain.
Okay, what do we want to talk about first, dude? Do we want to talk about the year, or do we want to go through and talk some new releases, dude? Do we want to have some 28 talk?
Well, I think that'll be in our highlights, so we'll hold off on 28 for now.
Okay, what do you want from me?
How do you feel about the year so far? That's how I'll start off the conversation.
All right, so I'm looking at my 2025 movies ranked on Letterboxd Movie Mort, and I'm saying, I can only really give a shit about like 6 maybe of these. It's got a really big middle where I don't really care about a lot of it, and then the ending is we've got some stinkers here, but I don't know. I think that it's been pretty weak for horror, I would say, with some big exceptions, and the biggest exceptions possible. Like Sinners and 28 Years Later makes this a great year for horror. I don't care. But a lot of the middle ground stuff, Blumhouse is floundering, and a lot of the A24 stuff hasn't been hitting for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing's been hitting me profoundly. I think it's probably a below average year for me.
Yeah.
But maybe I think I might think this every year. So maybe I just have to learn to cope.
I don't know if I have felt this way every year. I'm trying to remember. For me, since really, really getting into film, like really caring about film, 2022 has been my favorite year, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because that's Tar and Ban. No, that's 23.
Tar, Banshees, Nope, Barbarian.
Oh, yes.
Top Gun Maverick. Marcel the Shell, The Batman. A lot of movies that I just love a lot.
Avatar: The Way of Water.
Sure. That one's okay. But I don't know. I can't remember if I was this, I don't know, lukewarm on things at the midway point of the year in previous years. I think, I don't know. I think about the first episode that we did where we talked about like 50 movies we were excited about coming out this year.
Oh.
And like most of them have not been what I hoped they would be, with the exception of a few. And I don't know, that kind of sucks. But that being said, there's still a lot of things I'm really excited about in the next 6 months, and we'll get into those movies soon. But
yeah.
I think around March I was really feeling down about it because there were a lot of original movies coming out that nobody was watching, and I thought
The Companion, Hard Eyes,
and then like Novocaine, Black Bag,
Mickey 17.
Yeah, Mickey 17 was the one that really bummed me out because I like that movie a lot. It's
Yeah.
number 2 for me right now. But we're doing okay. I think it actually picked up in March. Like towards the end of March when Minecraft came out, we started to get a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, Minecraft has been big, and I think F1 has gotten a lot of people excited.
Yeah.
And a lot of normal people excited. And Sinners really got normal people excited, and has become something that I think this year is going to be remembered for.
Probably. And normal people, they loved Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they did love Thunderbolts, didn't they? But they didn't see, it wasn't like a super big hit.
It wasn't a big hit. It really underperformed at the box office, but people that saw it liked it. So that is better than people not seeing it and not liking it.
If Fanforstic for the first steps doesn't underperform at all, I think this will be remembered as a win for them. The Thunderbolts and Fanforstic 4, like 2 hits or whatever. But if not, Thunderbolts is going to look bad in retrospect. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you think Kevin Feige's like Thunderbolts is our art house movie that we did for fun, and we're just making Fantastic Four to keep the lights on? Like, you know how big studios do that?
I don't think they were, because I think that their game with Thunderbolts was to make something that was pitched as art house or whatever, and then get people to fall in love with these characters, just like another flex like they would with Guardians or whatever, and then have it, but more so than Guardians, have it tie into the larger scope of the world even more, I think. Guardians had a lot of stuff in it, like Thanos and stuff like that, but Thanos, it really didn't... that was more of a serving that film than it was like setting up for other things in the future, I would argue. I think because they did the Thanos thing in Avengers.
Yeah.
I think that was the main thing for that character. And Thunderbolts seems like it was trying to get you to love these characters, and then the rebrand was supposed to be this kind of a viral marketing thing to push it further and become something large out of nothing. I think it was an ego thing, and I don't think it worked really. It's got a lot of people's respect, but I don't think the larger culture, I don't think they know what happened there. I don't think that whole advertising stunt did anything.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be very confusing in the future. It's just another group that's going to be really confusing in the future. Like if they ever try to do Eternals, or if they ever try to do the Marvels, or like any of those new characters that they've been bringing in, it's just going to be more and more for them to deal with. I think they really wanted this to be like a focal point that people could really hitch a ride onto, and then like kind of bring them through the next couple of movies, have an emotional center. I don't know, man.
I would love to talk to Kevin Feige though and ask him if he does think this is an art house movie. He's probably yeah, we do make art house movies at Marvel. Thunderbolts, Eternals. Have you seen them? They're a little obscure.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially Eternals. I think if he's gonna put it on anything, I'd put it on Eternals. You can just claim that movie's boring because it's art house. I think you could do it. But yeah, let's talk about some of our highlights, right?
Yeah, we can talk about some highlights.
I mean, Sinners is a big one for both of us.
Yes.
I think. Do you like Sinners less than
probably
most people?
Probably.
I don't think I'm there with the full on love, but I don't feel very much as a whole. I don't know. I'm not falling in love with things as much. Like 28 years later, we're gonna talk about it. Has so much juice in it that is like purely for Aiden, and I'm just not feeling the way I would normally feel about a movie like that. And so I wonder how I would feel about Sinners in a world where I was feeling more. But as it stands, it's just like an absolute, like, this is just what movies should be doing all the time, and it's really wonderful that we get one. Like, what's the last movie that you would compare to Sinners? Like, as a thing that is so culturally, like critically beloved, it's so movie-centric, it's also like just you can't look at it in any other way than as a hit, you know? And something that will live on, like, in culture or whatever.
I don't know.
Like, this will be on future lists of, like, the New York Times, whatever. If they do that again, they poll people, this is going to be on there. Yeah. This is like a Whiplash or whatever the fuck.
I don't know if there's anything in the current decade that I would put... I guess maybe like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, something like that.
Yeah, but even then, that's not really a people movie. Like, it's a stupid cinephile movie.
Yeah, maybe like Get Out then or something.
Yeah, Get Out is the last one I can think of. Get Out and Us really felt like something that got people excited as well as the cinephile, whatever.
I mean, I guess Barbie.
Barbie, that's a great call.
Yeah,
I think Barbie and Oppenheimer.
The Spider-Verse movies, both of those.
Spider-Verse movies, yeah. And I mean, those are not fair a little bit because they are based off of something prior. Like, a lot of people have a really emotional relationship with Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff, and with being a woman in the case of Barbie. I think a lot of people have an emotional relationship with being a woman. Would you agree?
Yes, and I mean, people have an emotional relationship with being a great man. Some of them think they do. Like
with Oppie?
Yeah, with Oppie.
Yeah, you know, misunderstood great man. Yeah. It's just, there's just not a lot like Sinners. And I felt like there was a lot more like Sinners back in the 90s and 2000s, but that's always just because we're picking and choosing, you know? And I wonder at what rates things like Sinners are going to be happening now, if they have actually gone down, or if that's just because now we're more in tune with the culture, and you know?
Yeah, there's really, I don't know, it's hard to know.
It is hard to know, but it's really cool that we have it.
Yeah.
And I think we both like Mickey 17 a lot, and you like Mickey 17 a lot more than I did.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Because I kind of have forgotten about this film, and I feel like a lot of people have been disrespecting it, and kind of, I feel like just looking back at it as a miss. I think when it came out, there's a lot of people trying to be like, well, I'm not feeling like over the moon about it, but there's this and that or whatever. I feel like the culture is more like that was a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a people, I think Sinners did it real bad, like in comparison as another like Warner Brothers big original thing. It's just so outshined by that in most people's eyes. Both is like it's no longer this tragedy of people don't want to go see original movies. It's more of a tragedy if people didn't want to see those original movies. Sinners is still there, so it just didn't have the juice, and that's sad because I did really like it. Why don't you think it had the juice with the people of our great nation?
It's not Parasite.
It's not Parasite, but it doesn't need to be Parasite to get my mommy and my daddy.
That's true. I don't know. Well, I can't really remember the marketing for the movie that well, so I don't know if it was great. I just don't know if sci-fi's in like the best place right now with people. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like people were excited to go do original sci-fi movies, like, even in the 2010s, but they were still risky gambit. Yeah. I mean, do you think this is going to have a long shelf life, or do you think it's just going to continue to be kind of misunderstood until like in 15, 20 years we get reclamation?
that's a good question. I can only compare it to other Bong movies, and I don't really know in that case. So,
do you think it'll be like how Snowpiercer is viewed? Because Snowpiercer is like a real one's if you know kind of movie.
yeah.
And Mickey 17 is so very controversial. It just people think it's obnoxious, or they think it's. But that's the thing is, like, I was gonna say people think it's obnoxious, or they think it's great, but I don't hear that many people think it's great, like an out and out masterpiece. Even like its biggest fans are like, it's a lot of fun, and it's cool to see him working like at this level and firing on all cylinders and stuff like that. And I like a lot of shit in it, but there's no one out there being like, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Even you're not like, oh, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's really fun, and it's kind of what we want from the movies. And so I don't know, like, how is it done on HBO Max? I'd love to know.
I would love to know as well. I haven't heard much about those metrics, I guess.
So, and that's the terrible thing about the state of the world when it comes to monitoring something's success, is it's really hard to tell. Unless it's like Netflix has a pretty good gauge on whether or not something is doing well or not, just based off of like that movie. If something's a hit, it's a hit. You can tell. You can kind of feel it in the wind.
Yeah.
But things that are going on to services that I don't know. If it's not on Netflix, it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And then we could talk about like what are the,
I'll talk about Final Destination again.
Oh yeah.
The more I have thought about this movie, the more I've been like, I really liked that, and I've seen the whole franchise now at this point,
Mm-hmm.
so I have the rest of it to compare it to now, and it really is one of the better entries. Like, that's so cool that we get to have a better entry at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also at a point where people are more receptive to that, because I think if this movie came out like when they were in the heat of it, making all the movies, I think it would be received a lot less like warmly.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just at a point where now we see we see where Final Destinations where they were at, and they got their own little thing, and to see a movie that's like kind of playing with the formula in a perfect way, where it's not like messing around with it too much, but it is doing really smart things to change the way it's structured and like the story, the way it functions and all that kind of stuff, where it feels just like smart and clever, but not too clever for its own good, and just a really solid down the middle entry,
Yeah.
something that everyone just seems to be having fun with, like just a genuinely fun movie that doesn't really have a lot on its mind but isn't trying to be. I don't know, it's nice to have these. It's really nice to have these, and I think people felt that.
Keeps going up in my rankings, so
I think it's just. I need to watch it again too, because I think I was expecting a little bit more, but I think if I go back and rewatch it, I think I'm gonna like it a lot more.
Do you think that so the opening scene of this movie, the opening premonition, takes place in, I believe, the 60s?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you think that the movie, I don't know if better or worse is the right idea, but do you think it would be like cool to see the whole thing in a different time period? Because I was kind of bummed when they went to contemporary times.
Modern day.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was having a lot of fun because my favorite part of that movie is the premonition. I think it is like legitimately one of the best premonitions out of the whole franchise. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to continue with that
aesthetic.
With that aesthetic. I mean, the issue with the opening scene though is that there isn't an ensemble cast. It's just the Breck Bassinger's character and her husband, pretty much.
Who's Breck Bassinger? Like
that's the blonde girl. It's the pretty blonde girl.
What do you know her from? What do you know her of name from?
So in 2020 or 2021, the CW made a DC show called Stargirl.
Oh, she's Stargirl?
And she is the lead of that show. She's Stargirl.
There's a weird. She's got like a weird friend in that, doesn't she?
They got like a fake Justice League going on there.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're all sort of based off of the, I don't know, sort of Golden Age characters, more obscure BC tier character type of stuff. But that show is like a later era CW show after it had like that. Did you ever watch any of those shows like The Flash or Arrow or anything like that?
I watched a good chunk of The Flash. I watched a good chunk of Arrow. I think that's where I draw the line, but I always like respected from afar Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know?
So those like shows really peaked in like 2013 to like 2016 time frame. That's when they had most of them were going, and it was probably their best quality. Yeah. And this is just like a late era show that got like 2 or 3 seasons before it got canned by the DC shifting and what it's doing and all that. And my friend and I just thought it was pretty stupid and kind of dumb, and we're like, why would they make this? And so we just made a pact to watch the first season, and that's what I know her from.
Did you enjoy it yourself?
It was a little charming. I probably like really hate it now, but I don't know. It was something.
Do you remember DC Universe? Was that what it was called? The streaming service?
I don't know about that.
DC Ultimate something.
Yeah.
It was where they had Titans and the Swamp Thing show, and they had all the comics you could read. And before it got like just ate up by Max. Yeah. I think it was also a failure, but
yeah. I never watched like Titans or anything.
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman. Yeah. That show's goofy. It's totally like my thing though. I don't know. We'll probably talk more about superheroes later when we get to Superman. But
oh yeah, I remember him. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Final Destination,
yes.
and I don't know. I just kind of wanted the whole thing to take place in the 60s, and I think that's kind of rad.
I think that the problem with that is that in that movie, the 60s feels the most CGI-y of all the places. It feels very clean, and I mean, that's not where they're putting their money, and the movie is pretty well managed when it comes to budget. Like, it feels pretty big for the budget that it has, and they use the budget for a lot of amazing shit. Like, and a lot more practical effects than I thought when we watched it. And I think me and you both thought that it was a lot of CGI stuff. And there still is like some CGI blood, which is nonsense and makes all the real stuff look worse. But a lot of like the MRI kill is so cool, and it was a real thing they built. And the garbage truck thing is a real thing they built. Like a lot of stuff like that. Some cool, fun magic trick, which is a lot of fun of like indie horror, you know, and something that's been missing from like big horror for a while. I don't know. It just seems like they gave. It's just a rare time where they gave the franchise to people that knew what they were doing and like are fans of the franchise and like didn't mess it up. Because usually when they give it to the fans, people say like give it to the fans. The fans are fucking weird perverts. Don't give it to the fans usually. But this time it feels like they kind of let them do whatever they wanted, and it way overperformed. Like, this is one of the biggest success stories of the year, I would say. Like, it's so outperformed every other like horror movie this year besides Sinners, and it's really impressive, and just shows that it's been really interesting watching the people rewatch all of Final Destination, you know?
Yeah, it had like a resurgence. A lot of our friends that I follow on Letterboxd, or just people in general, were rewatching those movies, and they were all trending on the platform. Because
they're so similar, I would have thought that this is something of a disposable franchise for most people. And something more lore heavy, or like there's different ones that are very different. They have different takes on it or whatever. Would be something that people would be rewatching in full, and I wouldn't have predicted that people were going to be rewatching Final Destination in full. But people just found a love for the franchise overall, and I think Warner Brothers has found another little cash cow. That's Warner Brothers, right?
It might be.
Because if it,
They're all
I
on.
think
They're
it-
all on HBO right now.
I think it
so,
is Warner
yeah.
Brothers. Warner Brothers has been fucking killing it.
Yeah. Anyways, I would like to see Final Destination in other time periods in the same way that we are seeing that with Predator right now.
Oh, that would be cool. I think
So-
you're right. I mean, but I think there is a part of that that's so much like the anxieties of modern living.
That is true.
Where I think it would lose some people, but I would like to see it.
Mhm.
A lot of it is just like, do you know that feeling when you're on the freeway or whatever, or when
Exactly.
you're
I
on
mean, hey, I passed a log truck yesterday.
Yeah,
So-
that's the thing. It's like Final Destination, if done well, has the ability to own the minds of people forever.
Right.
But yeah, I guess I would like to talk about Warner Brothers for a little bit because they are having this pretty great year of both critical and commercial success. And I feel like when it started, we weren't at that spot. But like, if we're looking through, we have Sinners, Mickey 17, which Mickey 17 was a pretty big loss, but then you have Final Destination, and you have like Companion was a big loss, but there's a lot of these things that are originals, you know.
Yeah.
F1 was distributed by them, like half distributed, and we have Superman coming out, and we have one battle after another. It just seems like if I was running a studio, I would be doing what Warner Brothers is doing. It feels like one of us freaks got hold of the, you know, and I really hope it does well for them, and especially with all these weird mergers and stuff like that. I want this behavior to be looked at as like a positive thing, and see like, well, if your Mickey 17s don't work, sometimes your Sinners work. Sometimes all these other hopefully one battle after another works. They really gotta.
I mean, yeah, and I think it should also be noted that even though something like Mickey 17 didn't do well, like people do generally like that movie. I know we were just talking about a sort of lukewarm exception or a lukewarm reception earlier, but it has a 3.6. So
Right.
generally speaking, most of their movies, even something like Companion, people like.
And I think Companion did well on Max. You know, I think investing in actual filmmakers and letting them do shit is always going to be a plus, and it's something that I don't remember when I was reading or listening to something about this, but it's a big strategy with, I listened to the Blank Checks episode of Miami Vice.
Right.
And they were talking about how when they were bankrolling that movie, because it costs like an absurd amount of money, they were like, Heat cost an absurd amount of money, you know, and it didn't make the money back. But we make so much money from Heat every year because people keep buying the DVD and keep watching it like on cable and stuff like that we're making money back. It has such a long shelf life, so it's in our best interest to let him do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
And that doesn't really happen anymore because that's just not how things are structured. We don't have like this physical media thing, and it's really hard to monetize it when it's on a streaming platform. And once we get to a point where people are bidding for these movies, it might be happening right now, but not in a crazy way. It's just like it's letting people do that a lot less and say if we don't see the results right now, it's a loss. And that's been pretty toxic for film fans too. I think that people you ever on r/box office, dude?
Nope.
Because I know you've been sneaking around the Snyderverse or whatever.
We're going to talk about this later.
Yeah. And I think another element of that, something that has been blowing up, which we'll talk about later, I guess we'll tie it into that, is that box office subreddit's been having a fucking aneurysm about Superman.
Yeah.
They just don't know what the hell's happening. And we're at a point where film fans are backseat producers and backseat studio heads. It's really strange, but I feel like that leads to something like Mickey 17 being blocked out of culture, just because people view it as a failure.
Did you, by chance, do you listen to The Town?
No, but I just heard that they did a thing on Mithrigan.
You need to listen to it.
Because I just was listening to the Big Pictures, and I didn't know. Why didn't anyone tell me that Jason Blum went on The Town?
He went and did collateral damage, and I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do that, where they're like, "Hey, look, this is why it bombed. We understand that it didn't work. Here's this, and this, and here's why people weren't ready for this movie, and what we could have probably done better."
It's really cool, and
guy's got an interesting voice too. I didn't know what he sounded like.
Oh,
I've never heard him talk before. No.
What's he sound like, dude? Do a voice.
It's like your voice, but maybe a little bit nasalier and like higher pitch.
Even nails. That's terrible news for him. I don't know, with that and the studio also dressing the town.
No, it's so funny, bro. One of the hardest times I've laughed this year was when I saw the premiere of the studio at South by Southwest, and Matt Bellany showed up in Seth Rogen's car, and I thought that was so fucking funny.
It's crazy. Everything's inside baseball, Cooper.
Yeah.
Everything's broken.
And he's an actual character in the show in the later episodes.
Really?
I'm spoiling it a little bit for you, but
That's
yeah,
so sick.
yeah, they go to CinemaCon.
Oh yeah, because I remember they were filming it. All right, yeah, I need to get my ass in gear. What are some other little guys that you liked a lot?
Well, you and I we both went to Sundance, and I went to South by Southwest, so I do think our lists are a little bit different than other people's, because we have some, I guess, some festival picks that aren't out yet.
Yeah,
you know,
Sorry Baby's
you
coming
saw
out
I'm
soon.
Sorry Baby back in January, and that's your favorite movie of the year right now.
Yeah.
And you
I don't know
have
if it's gonna hold up, but we'll see.
You have the one with the legs. What's that called?
The legs?
Yeah, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. That's
Oh
what it's
yeah,
called.
the one with the legs. Yeah, if I had legs, I'd kick you. It's pretty good. You'll like that one.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's my number 6 right now, and it's not a movie I love. Like it's just like I fuck with it kind of heavy, but things like Friendship, I don't have like a super huge relationship with. Like I didn't fuck with it as hard as I'd like. It's still my number 11. Hard Eyes is number 10. It hasn't really stuck in my mind, but I had such a fun time watching it.
Mm-hmm.
K-pop Demon Hunters, dude. I think it has a fucking not a great last act, but I'm just like, this is something I'll be remembering, and I think will actually stick in culture for a little bit. So that's my number 9. I guess I'll just go up now. Predators, and I'll skip past like my Sundance ones, because Predators is a documentary from Sundance, doesn't count. 8. Mickey 17, 7. Good movie. I liked it. Had fun, but also it was just kind of like, it's a really baffling movie. Like I watched it with some friends and my dad afterwards, and it was a weird conversation afterwards, because I really didn't know what to pitch them at, because I knew they were confounded. I really didn't know how to pitch it, but it's fun and weird and looks cool, and has some great performances in it, and I laughed harder than I have in any movie this year. And then If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's good. It's not great. Perfect Neighbor is a really interesting documentary, but it's a documentary, and I am very mean to documentaries usually, but that one got me. And then I have my top 4. These are the real deals. These are my boys. I got Ethos. Up in this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a fun little, like, truly indie, not sensation, but underground something or another. People that love it, and I think it's great. If in a regular year, is it in my top 10? I think it is, but I don't think it's this high. 28 years later, this shit fucks. We're gonna be talking about it. This shit is exactly what I want from modern movie making,
okay, so
especially franchise.
Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna finish your list. I'm gonna list off my 10, and then we'll talk about 28.
Beautiful.
And then we can move on to movies we're excited about.
Sinners, number 2. It's great.
Okay.
I don't feel the love. I don't feel the boner that I have for like a lot of people have for it, but it's so cool looking. It's so bold, and it sounds so great, and it's got such cool shit, and it's just really like new and cool, and I think it'll be more remembered than 28 years later, and 28 years later feels a little slighter than Sinners. And then Sorry Baby is the most profound experience I've had in the movie theaters, but I was also kind of distracted. I still haven't rated it because I was just thinking a lot during it, so I'm really interested to see how I think about it when I'm looking at it again after like 6 months.
I'm excited to see this in like 2 weeks or so or whatever.
Yeah. All right, give me yours, babe.
All right, I got Jurassic World Rebirth. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christmas.
I have 28 Years Later in the 10, and then I have The Threesome at 9. That's a South by Southwest movie that is coming out later this year. So
I'm so excited, dude.
I'm letting it fly. I don't know if I should count this one, 2,000 Meters to Adrivka. This is the war documentary that I saw at Sundance that I don't think has a release date yet.
Was that eligible for last year's stuff?
It does have a...
Or was that...
no, it came out, it premiered at Sundance.
At Sundance? Okay.
Yeah. I believe it does have a release date, actually. Later this summer, maybe, in Ukraine. So I guess that counts. And then I have Companion, F1, Sinners. My dad watched Sinners the other day.
What do you think?
I don't know. He said he liked the ending, though.
Like when he's... Pop, 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 pop,
No,
pop.
like the old man scene.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he said he liked that. And I don't know how he feels about the rest of the movie. But they're doing some weird stuff with the aspect ratios in that movie. Did you notice that in the theater?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... There are a couple times in the movie where the aspect ratio changes, and
I found it incredibly distracting on streaming.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how it would play on streaming.
The bars are very thick on the screen. And then it goes very wide.
Whoa.
And I'm like, what happened? That's
right.
weird.
Because We kind of talked about this off pod, believe it or not.
We talk off pod.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, we text too.
Fuck, I bet they're jealous.
We send Instagram reels. Yeah.
You have to frame things twice if you're making a movie in IMAX, and I feel like it must be really frustrating for a lot of filmmakers, especially when they're so IMAX pilled, to release their things like on home media, how it's going to be viewed for the rest of its life outside of re-releases, and it doesn't have the elite framing you wanted, you know? And so I am very much on board with them releasing IMAX releases. Disney's the only one that's been like routinely doing this. There's a feature on Disney Plus, and I don't need the fucking Marvel movies in IMAX ratio. I need Dune Part 2, you know? And so I don't know. I don't know if it works, but I'm glad it has the option. I think it would be better if it was an option and it wasn't the default.
Yeah.
But it is a pretty big part of that movie's storytelling, I think. And so I'm glad that it's available. I don't know.
Yeah. My 4 is Turnstiles Never Enough, which is music videos. And then I have Together as number 3. Saw that at South by Southwest. Controversial movie, but we'll see how people forgive it when it comes out. Mickey 17 at 2, and then Life of Chuck at 1, which is a movie I think is very flawed, but reached me emotionally.
Oh yeah, it's your sorry baby, dude.
It is. So yeah, it's a weird year because the fact that I have like 14 music videos in my top 10 is unprecedented for me. That's what I'll say.
Pretty silly. Yeah, we got some sillies up in this bitch.
Yeah, but speaking of silly, we can talk about a fuck-ass movie called 28 Years Later.
That movie rocks. First, I'd like to talk about a fuck-ass movie called 28 Days Later with you, young man, because I noticed something on your letterbox, young man.
Yeah, so I don't write movies anymore.
I think because you have boys like me coming rapping at your door. So this piece of shit named Cooper, he gave it 3 stars, the 28 Days Later film. And I was wondering if this is just
your girlfriend gave it 3.5 stars.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's not her type of movie. It's very... She's like one of the happiest people I know. Yeah. It's not a happy movie. That is a movie with an outlook of a sad sack of shit. And that's why I love it. So I was wondering if that was what you rated it when you first watched it, or when you were on Letterboxd and you're rating them or whatever. And if you didn't update it to your current feelings after rewatching.
No, I would say that's still like my feelings.
That's roughly disgusting. Yeah, that's disgusting. 28 Days Later, I rewatched it and had like such a profound experience with it. I think because at first, like when I watched it, I was like, "Damn, it's dark," and "Damn, it looks like shit," and I didn't really feel a whole lot outside of that. I was like, "That's clever." I don't like the ending. I don't like the last act. That's like, I wasn't like offended by it, but I was just like, "That's a tough sit, dude." Yeah. This time I was like, this is exactly my worldview, and I feel like it's a lot about a lot of shit, and one of the most profound movies about what it's like living in the kind of world we're living in right now, and I think it looks amazing. I think this is what's great about Danny Boyle, and it's something that I feel like other filmmakers should be tried and executed for if they don't do, is that he's using his money to fuck around, always. Unless your name is Yesterday, then he did like an old, was it John? he brought an old Beatles back at the end, but like in all of his movies he's trying cool shit. And 28 Days Later is this kind of punk rock, like it was pitched as an experimental film and only got picked up by Fox later on, and it's not a super experimental film, but it is. I don't know. I love how it looks at the world, and I love how. Like it looks at the rage virus and stuff like that, and how and masculinity and all that kind of stuff. And I think it has a lot more of a hopeful outlook than I remembered it having. Yeah. And I think it just looks incredible. Like when it rains at the end, I'm just like, I don't know how you did this, but it looks so good, and everyone is just amazing in this movie. And like Brendan Gleeson's so good. Naomi Harris is amazing. Like Cillian Murphy is like kind of he's your. He's not a super interesting character until the very end, I think, when he snaps. But he's a self-insert or whatever. I just think it's amazing. And the soundtrack, I don't know. It really hit me and became something that I'm like, this is a statement that I fully behind and very impressed by. Yeah. I don't know. I love that movie. And then this new one. Yeah. Have you seen Weeks?
I haven't seen Weeks. I've
Whatever.
seen like 10 or 15 minutes of Weeks. I think when I was trying to watch Days 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even more than that, I accidentally started Weeks.
That's fine.
And I said, I think this was the wrong movie, and I realized it was the wrong movie, and I never returned to it. So
If you watch the first 10, 15 minutes, that's the best part.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't really remember it at all. But
It starts with this amazing, like, just almost its own little thing of just when it started happening, and then you got the motherfucker from Harry Potter, I don't remember his name, little rat boy, and he does a terrible thing to his wife. And it's a wonderful, it's just like Zombie Siege. It's so good, and it's in the same style of filmmaking, and then the rest of it's fine. It's not super great. It's just like, it was pumped out pretty soon after the first one, and it was just like, what if this was a franchise?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just didn't really go anywhere. And 28 years later, largely ignores it, except for one line of dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is sick.
They got the rage virus in the first movie and the raging boner virus in this new movie.
Well, we never see that shit at full mast. We only see it flopping about.
Did you know it's a prosthetic?
I assumed as such.
Did you know why they had to make it a prosthetic?
Why?
Because it is a minor on set.
What?
You're not allowed to have nudity if there's a minor on set.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me that the actor who played the alpha was a minor and they didn't want to have his real dick out.
But that's like a Jack Black, in Minecraft. You know, 'cause
You dumb bitch.
Yeah, he's a minor.
All right.
You're in with the mines.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's. I would have just assumed they did it just because you're make-upping your whole body, and I would assume he didn't have the actual hog. And I think a lot of people are like, that's so silly that the hog's there, and I'm like, the hog is a metaphor, dude. The hog is there on purpose. This movie's about masculinity and shit, just like the other one is, and in very interesting ways. Believe it or not, I think Alex Garland is interested in masculinity. He made a little movie called Men.
Yeah.
I think he's petrified by the nature of man that's been passed on from his father to himself, and I think this movie's a lot about that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what other movies are like this, where it's taking a big budget and completely messing around with stuff? And like the scene where they're running back across the bridge, that's just Speed Racer right there, dude. With the big ass beautiful sky, and it's all like wibbly wobbly, and you got the POV. It's messing with stuff at that level the whole time, and it's not super interested in a standard story structure, but it kind of feels. It feels almost like a fairy tale too. There's something about it that does feel traditional, just not for a horror movie.
Yeah.
It feels like just a perfect start to a trilogy too. Like I don't know, man. There's nothing that has felt this planned out and this interesting and this experimental, but it also just absolutely delivers. I'm actually kind of surprised this is a movie that people have been hating on, because I was kind of afraid to take my boys to this film, and I watched it with a big group of people, men and women, and there's been a lot of times where I'll see a movie that I think fucks, and then the men and women around me will be like, that was weird. This one I thought was for sure going to be one of those, because it's had such a lukewarm and negative reaction from the general public. But I don't know what the general public's on about, and I really don't. Why? I think it's just because I saw a review from the Gumball from Regular Show. Who was that again?
Benson.
Yeah, what? I don't remember this guy. I only
Benson Boone.
No, this guy from Letterboxd. He's something.
Griggles.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. He's just on my Letterboxd, and I think I remembered him from another class.
And shout out Griggles. If for some reason you're listening to this and you know about our podcast, we're talking about you on this episode.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. If I saw your face, I'd remember, but I just know him as the fuck-ass gumball man. But he said, this was one of his most anticipated movies of the year, and he was like, this is kind of random. It's got some dumb moments in it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it is a fuck-ass movie.
Yeah.
And I mean that in both complimentary ways and maybe derogatory ways as well.
What parts of it didn't work for you?
Well, I think most of it worked for me. I think, though, that if you're a more traditional moviegoer, the editing in this movie is going to be fucking weird. And it's going to turn you off from it. Yeah. And that is a little bit of an issue for me as well, because if you remind me that I'm watching a movie, you have fucked up. And that reminds me that I'm watching a movie.
I guess so. I think this is something that I've been thinking of about myself because I've been thinking about how I watch movies and how I'm different than other folk. Specifically with this movie and with Miami Vice. When I watched Miami Vice, at the very end of Miami Vice, I was like, that shit rocked. No holds barred. Why isn't this like considered as one of the greats? I kind of forgot that it was a cult classic and was received poorly.
Yes.
And then I listened to my father, and I listened to the people of this great nation, and they're like, none of that shit made sense, dude. And I think that I assume that all things are working well in a movie, and I only am invigorated by choices and like emotion when it comes to like the filmmaking itself, and less of like I'm not here in 28 years later crying at the end because it's emotional, even though it's a wonderful scene. I'm over here at the end of it being like, this is so ballsy that they're doing this. This is amazing that they've taken their zombie franchise and had this this somber, melancholy reflection of death or whatever with Ralph Fiennes caked in shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, hooray!
Okay, but there is a pressing question that we've had about this. How do you feel about the last 5 minutes of this movie?
It's awesome!
Yeah?
And that was another thing I was like so worried about my friends, like how are they going to treat it? What is this last 5 minutes? And they were just laughing. They're just like, that was wonderful. Who the hell are they?
The Teletubbies?
I missed the first scene.
Yeah?
Because the fuck asses, I really needed a hot dog.
Oh, wow.
And they're taking so long on my damn hot dog.
You ate a hot dog and then you were like looking at the fucking zombies with their cocks out.
I have no problem with that. I'm fine with that. I'm not grossed out by things, so I was chowing down, dude. It was a hot dog and it came with buffalo chips too for $7, which wasn't bad for a theater. So yeah, I was just chomping on those the whole movie.
Right.
And it's kind of a nasty movie, but so like that editing stuff, that stuff makes me feel a lot more. And so I'm never fully in a movie. And so then maybe that's why I like things like the Speed Racers of the world and like the other things, is it is going so extreme and is making such choices that it's like making me feel things. I'm not, because I have a really hard time getting, like you're saying, invested in a movie, so I don't care if I'm taking it out. I'm already out. I'm already out of there. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But my friends seemed to just like, they had like no qualms with it. And then the ending, they're like, that was weird as fuck, but that was funny. And then my friend Jackson looked it up, and I could tell you about that guy. Do you know about that guy?
Yeah, I know what he's based off of.
Do you know, like, his deal?
Yeah, he's like based off a serial killer and stuff like that.
Not a serial killer.
Yeah, no, he's like a child predator, right?
Yeah,
he was like a famous guy. He
was a Mr. Rogers type, kind of. That was just like a big public figure, and then like after he died, they found out he was a sex pest, and it was like if Mr. Rogers was a CP. But these fuckers, they don't know that because he died after like 2001, and so they're just keeping it on. And it's so what was described to me as in the Blank Check podcast is as if like some American guys or whatever were all wearing Cosby sweaters and stuff like that, and call themselves that, and then which just seems such a cheeky and strange thing to be putting in your movie, and have it like your third build dude, Jack O'Connell, in this movie build like it's the fucking Force Awakens trilogy. That's so sick.
There's a couple I know, I can't think of the others off the top of my head, but like references to British culture that will, if you're an American, it will go right over your head. So that's cool that he included that sort of thing.
Because all about it, it's just like halfway through this movie, I just got so excited for it being a trilogy, because I was just like, there's so much you could do on this little island.
Isn't the third one up in the air though? Still,
it is. They shot the second one. It comes out in January. Nia DaCosta makes it, and that was the thing I was worried about too, because you said to me like, there's a good chance that Nia DaCosta directed the last little bit of this movie.
I'm not the only one with that take. So and
so I kind of read that as, because while I was watching, I was like, oh man, I really don't want to see this in anyone else's hands. But then when we're in that last little bit, you get a fuck-ass shot from above that looks like a fucked-up panoramic that you're taking on your iPhone. And I'm like, oh, we're good. We're chill.
So
if it looks like that, I'm chill.
Do you think the last 5 minutes were directed by Nia DaCosta?
Maybe. I think that's not a bad take. I think that probably. I think they shot it in quick succession. I think it was a pretty even handoff. I think Boyle had a good hand in a lot of it. So I think I would believe that. I'm not sure. But it wasn't as drastic as a jump as I thought it was going to be. And I hope that he's letting DaCosta's freak flag fly, and that she has the juice to make something that's on the level of fuck aroundy that 28 years is. And so, you think that people, including yourself, are just like not receptive to if like strange editing like that? Like, so it's taking you out the movie, right? If you're seeing the little guys with their bow and arrows, that's taking. It's not like a tone poem to you. It's not setting a mood. It's taking you out of the movie.
A little bit, yeah.
I guess that makes a lot of sense.
It feels like very student film. I know it's intentional, and I know that it's like cool how they're doing that, but I've seen student films with that type of editing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but not looking like that though.
You're right. It doesn't look like that, but it feels like that to me.
I guess you're right. You can I wonder if I didn't feel like if I went into this and I wasn't feeling like I was in good hands. If I was like, this isn't Danny Boyle. I don't love Danny Boyle, which I do love Danny Boyle, and I love the way he fucks around with shit, and I like the way that Alex Garland fucks around with shit. If I was just watching this movie as a zombie movie that had a cool trailer, if I would be like, this guy is up his own ass, I wonder if I would feel like that, or if
bias.
or maybe, or if I would tap into like, this is some weird emotional filmmaking that they're doing, and they're making all the weirdest choices, but it feels not like in a provocative way. Like 28 Days Later is provocative, and I think that was what really did me like. I didn't like when I first saw it was it felt just very much. It wasn't trying to hide it that it was being provocative, but when I saw it again, it felt a lot more of like a statement of that person and how they're living life at that point, and the way that they view the world, and so it felt a lot more genuine to me and less provocative for the sake of being provocative. And so I wonder if I'd be able to tap into that, or if I would think this is bullshit and I'm just being blank check pilled.
Right.
And I found a type of movie that I'm now chasing after, and if it ticks my boxes, then I say I'm happy. I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
But as it stands, I was very pleased with this film, and I think it's got one of the most wonderful third acts I've seen in a bit.
Yeah.
And also one of the most wonderful first acts. The second act is when it's a little bit like, I don't know. I'm not in love with it as much as I was in love with like the 28 Days like consistently throughout. The diversions that they make weren't as interesting to me, but I still liked Eric. I liked Eric. I liked his lip filler joke. It was fun.
Yeah, that's honestly my favorite part of the movie is when the soldier shows up.
With Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. And then he just, man, the sound. It's just like everything in this movie is just like, that was fucking nice. Like someone spent a lot of time making that feel or look as nice as possible. Just as cool. Just like the way that it sounds when he pops off the heads of the guys. And it's like a zipper when the spine comes out.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful, you know? And I love their shoddy bullet time. I thought that was beautiful. I love the infrared stuff. It's just, I don't know, man. It just made me a happy boy. Cheers to zombies, dude.
Cheers. All right, you want to talk about some movies we're excited about coming out this year?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
I want to see if what I can do from memory right here.
All right. Well, let's just get Superman out of the way.
Oh yeah, let's talk soups.
Let's talk soups.
We just got the reviews today, buddy.
We've gotten the Rotten Tomatoes score.
It's looking nice.
The premiere happened last night. We could have seen this tonight. If your family has Amazon Prime, you could have seen it tonight. And I was just like,
Yeah,
and at that time, I didn't think I was going to go camping this weekend. So I was like, that's all right. I can wait a couple of days.
And now you fucking go camping.
I have to fucking wait.
I'm gonna see it in a shitty theater with my dad.
Like a Syracuse 6 or what?
No, I'm going to. I'm just going camping with my daddy too. I'm going backpacking, and so we're gonna hit the one theater in a small town that has one screen, you know, and we're gonna see Superman, which is fun because we've had this happen a couple times.
I hope the projector doesn't break or anything.
Yeah, like it's not gonna look as crisp and wonderful as I would like, but I think it'll be a fun experience with my father. We watched the Christopher Reeve Superman recently together.
People have been watching the Superman movies. I've been noticing that. Yeah.
And you've noticed a take that I have about a film called Superman Returns.
I would love to talk to you about Superman Returns. I have not seen that movie since I was probably before the age of 10. Like, it's been so long since I've seen that movie. And I think I might like it now if I saw it. I think I have a mid score on it because there are parts of it. It hasn't really stuck with me, but the parts that I have I remember liking. But there is a scene in that movie that I think is like one of the great superhero moments, and it's when he catches the plane.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and I think
man.
that is like so underrated and is like completely perfect for what that character is.
Mm-hmm. I think a
I
lot
love
of the
that
movies
shit.
are like
I love that shit. Do you know that that's like the 5th one in the Reeves franchise?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I
Yeah,
watched
a lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
I watched it I watched it. I was like, "What the fuck is Marlon Brando doing here?"
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that movie. I don't know if we're going to talk about it now, but we can talk about it later. Which one would you like to do now or later?
Oh, which one? What?
Talk about Returns or whatever.
Oh no, I don't know. I haven't really seen any Superman movies in a long time, but just just that scene in Returns where he catches the plane. I think it's just
because that movie is
remarkable.
just such. I thought that it was such a smart premise to do of the of like Superman has been gone for like 5 years and is come back and Lois Lane has written an article that says why we don't need Superman or whatever. And the movie is an argument of why we need Superman. I feel like that's such a smart thing for a franchise that hasn't had a movie in 25 years, being like, we need a bold, bright, happy Superman movie. We need this corny dude. You know? I think it's a smart pitch on it. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the movie that I really like, and I think it looks pretty good, even though some of it looks like ass.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like big, beautiful sets and like the most cutting edge CGI they had at the time. I found it very charming and sweet, and had a lot of the. It's a lot more interested in the stuff that I'm interested in the first Superman, which is I don't really give a shit about the first Superman, except for the romance. I really love that stuff, the screwball stuff.
Yeah,
and that's entirely what Returns is about. Is focused on, and I don't think Lois is cooking as much in that movie, but I really liked it.
I'm excited. I need to rewatch it at some point. A lot of people are consuming the Superman movies. I've been on a bit of a different path of Superman lately. I've been reading a lot of comics related to Superman lately, and I've been watching the animated cartoon from the 90s, which is something I grew up on.
Oh, fun. So, how is that? What's it like?
Have you not seen any of those, like Batman the Animated Series or Justice League?
I've seen a little bit of Batman, so it's in the style of Batman the Animated Series.
Shared universe. So it goes Batman, Superman, and then there's Justice League, and then Justice League Unlimited, and that is like
and they fuck around.
Those are like the definitive versions of a lot of those characters for a lot of people, me included.
Copy.
Yeah.
And so they are so it's a shared universe. All those. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
I do like how those look.
Yeah.
And do you like Superman as a character?
I've grown to appreciate him with age. I definitely had a point where I was like, he's boring. But I think anybody who thinks Superman is boring doesn't get the point of the character.
Right.
And has maybe only seen like a movie or two, and doesn't really get his appeal.
He's a hard character to adapt.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's boring, but I think he can be boring if you adapt him poorly.
Any superhero can be kind of boring if you adapt them poorly, though. So
I just think that Superman's harder than most.
He is a little hard because he's so... He's
earnest, dude.
Yeah, he's so earnest, but also just writing conflict for that character is extraordinarily difficult.
Who's he fighting?
Same thing with characters like the Flash. This is like a conversation for a different time. Yeah, so that's the Superman media that I've been consuming lately and thinking about. But I've also been consuming the takes of the Snyder Bros.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to avoid this over the past 2 years because I don't give a shit.
Yes.
And I find them annoying. Mm-hmm. And I've caved. I'm really curious. I'm just fascinated by and how delusional they are.
Yeah.
It's wild. I don't know if have you ever seen anything like this where people are like
this angry,
this upset about something? And people were upset about Barbie, but that's not like that's different. That to me feels different. That to me feels like it's deeply rooted in sexism, and this just feels like people being really stupid. Which I mean, sexism is stupid, but this is
it is political. Yeah. Like the people that are dick riding Mr. Snyder, they are their own beasts. They're not affiliated with Snyder's views because Snyder is a pretty chill dude, and he's just over there making his bad movies. He doesn't really care about the people that love him that much.
Yeah.
And he's not looking at these things as the Bible, even though his movies, I think the things that he's doing with his movies are trying to make it feel like the Bible and feel super important, like Ben-Hur or whatever the fuck. And I think that kind of stupid confidence draws in a lot of feels like far right type of people, or people that have that kind of far right ideologies but aren't interested in politics. And they're just like would rather take it down here and make a war out of media. I think that's where they live. And
our Punisher heads.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really interesting. Why I've been trying to put my head around why that franchise has become this big battleground, and maybe it's just because it was this punching bag for so long and continues to be. And so if you were a kid and you saw something profound in this poor, sad Superman that is the best guy in the world and no one likes him, and he's forced to be emo and feels like a god, maybe everyone punching at it feels like a deeply personal attack. And anything that's super silly, it feels like pandering and stupid to them. It's just a sad life to live, and they seem so sure that if this movie bombs, they'll get their beloved boys back.
Do you have any franchises like this where it was like ripped from you and you're like, I need this back? Because I don't. And I see this a lot with superhero stuff specifically. We could talk about the people that really want Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4 or Amazing Spider-Man 3.
I would like them to make... They had like 3 Speed Racer movies.
Yeah, but was that ever going to get sequels?
It was, if it was going to make money. Like, if it made money at all. Like, Warner Brothers put a lot of shit behind that movie and a lot of marketing behind that movie. They really wanted it to work, but it didn't. But that's the thing, is like a lot of my passion projects or whatever, my little pets, they're movies that haven't done well and were never going to do well and are in the past.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think about modern movies as a modern man. Tintin. That was one where I watched that in theaters and I said, that fucking kicked ass. And I went home and I told my mom every little bit about that movie. I thought it was rocked. And I got so into Tintin, the books and the TV show and all that kind of stuff. And forever they were like, okay, we're gonna do a trilogy of these. They set up the end. They set up this whole thing at the end of the first Tintin, and they were like, Spielberg directs the first one and Peter Jackson produces. Next one, Peter Jackson directs, Spielberg produces. The one after that, Spielberg directs, Peter Jackson produces. They're doing this little thing. They have it written out. Simon Pegg was writing the other ones or whatever, and they were always being just talked about every once in a while. Spielberg would be like, yep, we're going to do that, because it was like right on the edge where it didn't flop, but it didn't make enough money where they're like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure to this day you can look it up and be like, Secret of the Unicorn, Tintin, Adventures of Tintin 2, Secrets of the Unicorn, still in production or whatever, somewhere. Yeah. It's just in that hell. It has never been officially canceled. But that was the thing when I was a kid. I was just always looking up for updates of that. And then it slowly was just like, it's never happening.
Interesting. I didn't know that about that. But I don't know. How do I get that back to Superman? Anyways, I'm excited for Superman. Are you excited for Superman?
I am excited for Superman.
How much money do you think Superman's going to make?
I think around 650 to 700 is a fine range.
I'm saying 750.
750. You say it does above Man of Steel. And right now, the big thing that people are throwing around is 700. Is the break even, not break even, but is like, that will be a success. And I don't know if anyone said this or if this is just something that people are like, a lot of people love to think that they're geniuses, and they're like, if it doesn't make this plus its marketing plus this or whatever, then it's not a success. And that's just not how things work, especially now. So I don't know if that's been said, because it's a good chance James Gunn went out there and said, this is how much I want to make. But he
did have an article today where he said that it doesn't need 700.
Doesn't need 700. I saw that. And I wonder if that's him prepping or if that's him genuinely being like, I've had talks with Warner Brothers and it's not
the Snyder Bros.
Snyder Bros. I had talked with the Snyder Bros. Because I was researching Superman Returns, and that was a movie that did like fine. It was such an expensive movie because they hadn't made anything Superman related for 25 years. They couldn't get anything off the ground. They had the whole Tim Burton, Nicolas Cage thing, and a lot of scripts passed around. And then Mr. Bryan Singer, who's done no wrong, was just like, I can make you a Superman movie in 2 years, dude. I know the pitch. And they just kind of gave him everything. And then, so it cost like $250. Apparently he made a whole sequence where he's like in a spaceship looking through the wreckage of Krypton or whatever at the beginning. And it was finished. Yeah. It cost $15 million.
Is it like, well, I assumed you watched this on streaming.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's on any, like...
It isn't.
It isn't?
He cut it.
It's lost media.
Yeah, he lost media. He cut it before it came out. He was like, it's too slow. We need to get it. We need to get going. Because the movie is long and it's slow. Yeah. And he was like, I don't want to put it on just on a Blu-ray because we shot it and we transferred it to the 3D. And so we will be doing this in a director's cut re-release of the film in IMAX 3D. And then that never happened because no one gave a shit. And so then
Give me the Singer cut.
yeah. Yeah, let's give Singer the Singer cut of. I would actually love that, to be honest. Apparently they cut out so much shit from it.
That's crazy.
But it has direct plans for like a 2 and 3. It was going to be a trilogy.
Right.
And it made just on the line of enough money that they would be like, that's fine. It was supposed to make, if it made 200 million domestic, they're like, that was the goal that they had.
Yeah.
And it screeched past that, and then there's like, guys, it's not enough. I'm sorry, dudes. And then nothing happened of that until my friend Man of Steel. The second one in the franchise was going to be called Superman: Man of Steel. Was going to be the one after him.
Well, if this movie doesn't do well, I mean, Supergirl is done filming. That's coming out next summer, and then that Clayface movie is coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna assume Clayface is a small movie that probably cost $20 million to make.
It can do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to say his method is like foolproof, but it kind of seems like he's created an almost foolproof method.
They will not admit defeat until like after Supergirl comes out, because why would they? They won't say that they're canceling shit until after.
You know what?
Supergirl.
The Batman Part 2, it's gonna do numbers. It's gonna do numbers.
I'm shocked that it fucking got us, like, the script is done.
It took 3 years.
I didn't think that was going to happen, man. Do you think it's just he's having performance anxiety? Is that it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe there's something going on in his personal life, you know? Like, I don't know. It's hard for us to say, because people on the internet will be like, oh, he's having issues, but we don't know what's going on.
It's a lot, but I mean, I was thinking about that the other day. It's a lot easier to make your Batman Begins than it is to make your Dark Knight.
Exactly, yeah.
He has to make his Dark Knight, dude. Mm-hmm. That's got to be so crazy.
Yeah. And, like, the thing is like, The Batman is like a great movie that lots of people love. Like, it's in people's top 3 Batman movies, if not their number one.
It's in the bro canon.
It really is. And like, Batman Begins is like a movie that most people consider good, but there's certainly room for improvement.
Yeah.
And but that movie had to be great.
It did.
The Batman had to be great, or it would have just been nothing.
But Batman Begins made less money than Superman Returns did, but it cost a lot less, and people loved it.
Yeah.
And people were like, that's the cool shit. Because Superman Returns, the whole thing of it is that it's super unhip. And it's really like, what if they made another Reeves movie? I love the Reeves movies. What if we made that power? And it's actually at the level that I wanted the other Reeves movies to be at. And Batman Begins is like new. And he's a ninja, and he's badass, and it's dark. And people really wanted that. And so the people that did see it spread it. And so then by the time that all the Joker shit happened and the Dark Knight was there, then that's the big hit. So that's what people are comparing Superman to. Like, if Superman is a middling hit, but people love it, then that's probably a win. Probably, but we don't know at this point, because there's been a lot of things that are just like, if you're not making $1 billion, then what the fuck are you doing for me? Yeah, that's just how people are looking at things now. So they're putting so much money behind this, and they really want it to be a Barbie type thing, and it's not going to be a Barbie type of thing. I really don't know how this looks. And that's why I think that's why it's breaking people on the internet's brains, is because most times you can just assume of how something's going to be doing, and this time you just really don't know, because Superman has never been super reliable, and DC has been a clusterfuck, and then even Gunn's movies have been kind of like, on a box office level, have been up and down. Yeah.
Have you looked at the reviews for this?
A little bit.
Okay. So have you seen like the general consensus that it's like good, not great?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what you're going to rate this movie.
Me too. Because I saw Elric. You know David Elric?
Yeah. I don't generally agree with Elric, though.
But I love how he writes shit. And I can sometimes read his waves. And he's a guy who's kind of been up on Gunn. Like, he gave the first Guardians 3, which is fine. But then, like, Guardians 2, he really 3.5, and Suicide Squad 3.5. And that's very good for a big budget movie for him. And this is 2.5. Yeah. And it seems like I'm never going to be at 2.5 for this movie. Yeah. Because I love what's in the trailer so much, and I love the style of it, and I love the fucking goofy shit, punching the teeth out, and it clinks against the camera. Yeah. That's my shit.
That is your shit.
That's my shit. And so, if all the shit that I know is in here is in there, it's still going to be a pretty solid movie for me. I wonder if people are going to be super disappointed just because it's not like a masterpiece at this point. Yeah. People have so much built up around it. And I wonder if that's going to be like it for me.
But like last night, all the people that went and saw it are like the diehard fans. The people that went to the premiere that aren't like involved in the movie or, a critic. Yeah. I've seen a lot of YouTube reviews today from just people who have an account, a superhero movie related account, they, are in their fuck ass Superman costume, and they're just nerding out. And even they are like, it doesn't all work, but I love it.
Yeah.
And I think that will be the consensus, is that people are gonna like this movie and they're gonna be aware that it's flawed. I think I'm gonna like it slightly more than you because I have that. I watched Justice League Unlimited for.
You have an emotional connection to it.
Yeah, and there's like, do you know who Hawkgirl is?
I know her just because of this movie.
Okay. See, and I find that so fascinating.
Yeah.
That, like,
I don't know her from
know.
She's in the Justice League cartoon, right?
She's a founding member of the Justice League. Do you know who Guy Gardner is?
I just know him from this movie.
All
I know
right.
that he's like, is he the OG?
No,
Green Lantern?
no, he's like
He's just a funny one.
There's two popular Green Lanterns, and then he's like
Hal Jordan.
It's Hal Jordan and John Stewart.
John Stewart is the black man. Is
Yes.
played by, who's the cool guy who's playing?
The guy in Rebel Ridge.
Guy from Rebel Ridge,
yes.
yeah.
And that is my favorite Green Lantern, and he's in that Justice League cartoon as well. And I think that's why he's my favorite. But
I want that show, dude.
Yeah.
I wish it was a movie, dude.
And then there's the two that are a little less popular, which are Kyle Rayner and Guy Gardner.
And Guy Gardner's funny. And Nathan Fillion wanted the haircut. He insisted on the haircut.
So I don't know. So I think I'll like it a little more than you, because I think half of me is going into this as a kid that's loved comic books since I could read.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But it feels like at a point it's at a point where if you say that it's a perfect movie, you'll be laughed out of everything. It feels like now you're having to have a political take. It's just like it's stupid to have a super reactionary take to politics. It's just it feels like people will be scared to be like, this is a masterpiece. People want to look at it as this is the attempt to be a new Iron Man or whatever, to start a new cinematic universe. How does it compare? What's it doing? I think people are going to be in the weeds a lot more than other movies. So I think it'll be hard to see its reputation this close. This close up. We're gonna have to wait a year or more to see like where it stands in the people's culture, and if my mom gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
If people that don't know what's like, if people that think that Superman's corny, if they're gonna care about this, that's the big thing. And it's just like, it's not a very bold choice to make a Superman movie your first one, because they had no other options. You can't do a Wonder Woman because you had a successful one just barely. You can't do fucking Batman because you have another fucking Batman over there.
Yeah.
Like, they're forced to do Superman.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If they had any other option, I think they would have taken that. Because it's just so hard, a lot harder to make a Superman movie that, like, if people were scared to make be Superman for the first Superman movie. Like, they wanted to get the big boys for Superman. They didn't get them because everyone was like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to look like the biggest doofus of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's weird. And especially because they're going bizarre with it. It could just be something that people are like, that's too corny, dude.
Yeah. What
if they're like 28 years later, where there's nothing in 28 years later that's like blatantly offensive or strange like I thought it was going to be? Where like it's not antagonistic to the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Last Jedi or whatever. That's the thing. When you were asking me about have you ever seen someone this mad? Mm-hmm. Last Jedi has been like years long in the making, and people have been fucking vile about this. Star Wars as a whole, it has prepped me for this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but Last Jedi was something that came out of nowhere though, because like. The critics came out and they were like, that was very nice. And people were kind of expecting to be like, good and not great. And then people, when they saw it, their blood boiled. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's been something where people have been going into it wanting so badly to have an opinion like this.
Right. Yeah, that's probably the best comp, I guess, in that sense would be The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what this movie has against it, I don't know. Talking to people that aren't really in movie culture, DC still has a bad taste in people's mouth, and I don't think there's been enough time between Aquaman 2 and this movie.
Yeah.
So I think that is actually what this movie has against it the most, is people just not having an interest in Superman at all.
Yeah.
Or DC, just because, like, they fucking hated that Shazam 2 shit, which I do too, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
I wonder how Guardians 3 has affected things. Because the people that I know that are normal people don't like Guardians 3.
But do they know who James Gunn is? Like, do they care about James Gunn? Because my mom doesn't know who James Gunn is.
I guess you're right. But then, I guess why would they give a shit about this new Superman movie, you know?
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, why would they give a fuck about the new Superman movie if they don't know who James Gunn is? Mm-hmm. It's got a dog in it.
It does have a dog in it. I hear the dog is great.
Me
People
too.
love the dog.
Maybe that does it, dude. Maybe if the dog is that kick-ass, the normies will go for the dog.
And the dog is more than just a Dolores or a Porg.
Really?
It has a critical role in the movie.
Oh, really?
It's like an actual character.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Man.
What else are you excited about?
Because we got Fan 4 Stick. I don't give a shit about Fan 4 Stick anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of... But the ship has sailed for me at this point. If it surprises me, that's chill. But I've been searching my soul, and I don't see very many worlds where I'm like that rocked. You know. Let's see what else we got. We got the damn Wicked. That's the only one that's sticking in my brain for some reason. It's just we just had the trailer. Like Predator Badlands.
Predator Badlands.
Running Man looks great.
Running Man.
I'm gonna have a great time seeing Running Man and Predator Badlands as a double feature.
I'm curious how you feel about Roofman.
Roofman looks fun.
It does look fun. I was
delightful.
charmed by that trailer. I did hear the take that there's too much of the movie in the trailer, and I do agree with that.
Yeah.
But the movie looks like a lot of fun.
It does.
Eddington is coming out in 2 weeks.
Eddington, that's maybe my most anticipated.
Yeah.
That's just one that's like, that's a movie that doesn't give a shit if you think it's a movie. Mm-hmm. That's one that's like, yeah, taking you out of it is the name of the game, dude. It's just a choices movie.
We started this episode feeling very bleak about the current movie slate that's happened so far, but I'm thinking of all the movies that are coming out. One battle after another. Weapons. We got 2 Safdie brother movies coming out.
And those are both fucking Warner Brothers, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus. Safdies, 2 Safdies, you're
2
right.
Safdies. We got Marty Supreme and the Smashing Machine.
What else does A24 have up their sleeve?
I have no idea. Who gives a fuck about A24 right now?
Benny Safdie, yeah, that's their big one is the fucking, that. I'm trying to think if they had another big one.
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on with A24 right now. They've had such an off year for me that I'm like not paying attention to them at all.
Yeah, I really have only... They're just one of many Oscar guys for me now. It's interesting to see what they buy and what they don't. I want to see the sentimental value.
Yeah.
But what are the other big ones?
Avatar.
Avatar. I'm excited for Avatar. Because what's the kid? Oh, Zootopia 2. Zootopia. Now You Three Me.
now you see me, now you don't. That's the title of that movie.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They're so stupid for not doing the second one. Mm-hmm. And they could have called this one Now You Three Me. That's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's such a boring take to say now. I need to stop being on the internet, dude.
I think you need
bored of the internet.
You know what I think you need to do?
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to take a month off from movies and just like do something else.
Like
just
what?
Consume a different art form. You were talking about how nothing excites you except for things like 28 years. And I think you should like just listen to music for like a month and just consume a different art form, get into something else, and then go back to movies. That's what I think. I think you're unwell, dude. As your friend, I think I think there's you could help yourself here.
Yeah. I definitely could be doing a lot better for myself. And it would be really nice to have movies mean something again. I don't know. That's all I got.
Or you just need to go watch like the worst of the worst stuff ever. Just like some real garbage, just whatever garbage you can find on Tubi, and then go back to like doing what you normally watch.
I might think about that. That might kill me though. I wonder how that would treat me like as a being. I wonder if I'd wither.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. I'm bad at enjoying other art forms, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad at enjoying music as a thing other than like a passive thing or whatever. I'm bad, especially now. I used to a lot better. Books I have a hard time with. I'm reading a book.
Yeah, you told me you're reading Project Hail Mary, right?
Yeah, and I'm also reading a book of Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald made an abstract fucking memoir thing that's pointedly not a memoir, and it's sad and funny. I like that. And I'm actually reading it with my eyes. The Naked Gun. I'm excited for The Naked Gun.
Yeah, the O.J. Simpson joke in that trailer like kills me every single time.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
and I think all the posters are great. You saw the AI one.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think what they're doing with Pamela Anderson is fun too. I think they're really having a lot of fun with it. I wonder if people are going to give a shit. I think this could be like a great movie and bombs.
I don't think it's going to do well. I don't think this type of comedy is something that people our age care about.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anybody that gives a fuck about The Naked Gun. I know people that like Airplane.
Mm-hmm.
But like Naked Gun.
No.
Police Academy. No.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What
Fixed. Do you know Fixed?
No.
This is the new Jenny Tartakovsky movie that was a Sony film, and then Sony said, because it was just Sony being like, thank you so much for making us 3 Hotel Transylvania movies. And this is the guy who did like Powerpuff Girls and all Dexter's Lab and the fucking Samurai Jack and all that kind of shit. Legend.
Wow.
And he's making a traditionally animated 2D film that's R-rated, But unfortunately, it's about a dog that's going to get his balls chopped off. And so he has to have one night on the town with his boys.
That's funny as hell.
And from the reactions from like an animated film festival come out, and they're like, this is a deranged movie. They're like, this is some fuck-ass shit. And it seems like, because I always assumed it was going to be in the realm of, what was that Jamie Foxx dog movie?
Strays. I was going to ask if you had seen Strays.
Yes. Strays was not great. Remember when that trailer was everywhere? We just had to reckon with it.
Yeah.
Fixed.
You know what I'm excited about?
Crazy. What's up, man?
Speaking of being fixed, Spermageddon.
Oh yeah. I hate how it looks, but who makes it?
I can't remember, but I think it's pretty charming.
Spermageddon. Someone writes it. That's all right. Let me look it up.
Let me vamp for a little bit. I'm really excited about Begonia. It's one of my favorite trailers of the year is Begonia.
It's such a good trailer.
Yeah, that trailer really rocks. What else am I excited about? I had another movie that I thought of, but I can't remember what it was.
Tommy Ricola, he directs Violent Night and Hansel and Gretel. Whoa. This is Red Dead Snow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that really who I was thinking of? Okay. Doesn't seem like a super exciting creative. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We got Honey Don't. It's whatever. Highest to Lowest. That's completely dropped off the face of the earth when it comes to awards predictions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that lives in the culture.
Oh, what's that movie? Die My Love. I'm excited for that.
Oh,
the Lynn Ramsey movie.
Yes, that does look wonderful.
I like Lynn Ramsey. So. Oh, and there's the Catherine Bigelow movie.
Oh yes, my girl's back.
Yeah, with the White House movie, whatever it's called, I'm forgetting. But I'm excited for that.
Him might be fun.
Him looks rad.
It might be nothing, but it might be awesome.
I don't know. I trust Jordan Peele. He produced it, so.
A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
Hate the trailer.
Really?
Fucking hate the trailer, bro.
It's either is it too syrupy for you?
Maybe it looks a little YA to me. Don't like that. It's either gonna be my least favorite movie of the year, or my favorite movie of the year. Though no in between for that movie. So.
It could be. It's kind of Life of Chuck coded.
It is a little Life of Chuck coded, but yeah, that trailer really rubbed me the wrong way.
An Enemy, Daniel Day-Lewis, he's here.
Yeah.
Shelby Oaks, dude.
Mm-hmm. Shelby Oaks.
You hear about the reshoots?
No, I did not.
Apparently, they dropped like more than the budget of the movie because it was already made to do reshoots to add gore and shit that they couldn't do on the budget.
He's got stuckmanized.
They stuckmanized Neon, dude. Tron Ares.
Tron Ares. Yeah, Tron Ares looks dope. Dude, the music in that trailer I think is rad, and there's that fucking 9 Inch Nails is doing the music for that movie. I'm stoked.
Mortal Kombat 2. If they actually make this one sick, that'd be awesome. I would actually love that.
I thought that first one was alright.
I thought it sucked.
Yeah.
But I think it's incredible that they don't do the tournament. That's so funny. That's actually
Have you seen the
really
90s one?
Yeah, I love that one. I got broken up to on July 4th while I watched it. Do you know about this?
No.
I got a text on July 4th because I got blown off on July 4th.
Yeah.
I had a whole plan, and she was like, "I don't like to celebrate America, dude." And I was like, "It's fine, okay." And then I got a text, and I was with the boys watching Mortal Kombat, and I said, "I'm gonna text you back after I finish watching Mortal Kombat." I said, so that I'll always remember. I need to rewatch it. I would love. I really liked it.
That's so funny.
Let's see. All right, I'm looking through November. Jay Kelly, dude. I want Jay Kelly.
Yeah.
I want Mr. Adam Sandler to come for that Oscar. I would love that.
Yeah.
Train Dreams, Hamnet, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, dude.
You should Jason Blum talking about that.
I'll tell you about a story about Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah.
So when I got crunked and I went to Jurassic World with my friend Benjamin, I was interacting with humans that were looking at our tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
And both of the humans had like Five Nights at Freddy pins, and I was like, "You both are up on Freddy Fazbear."
Yeah.
And I was asking about it, and I was so genuine and like asking questions about what the second one is, because I was like, "What the fuck's up with that guy?" And he's like, "Oh, these are the toy versions of these characters." And I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And I'm like, "So this is based off of like Fazbear Prime or whatever, and that's gonna be in the next one." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And then she looked at me and she was like, "Oh, I see what you're doing here."
Yeah.
Like I was making fun of her or whatever. But then I went like, "No, I genuinely want to know what's up with the toy. What's up with the toy versions?" I just really wanted to know at that point. And then she was like, "Oh." And then she just told me all about the toy versions.
Dude, there's so much lore.
There's so much lore.
And I've only played like the first and second game. 10 years ago.
I think I played the first one like a little bit, but I never beat it.
I have a friend who went and saw that movie in theaters opening day, and he told me this story about how it was just a bunch of teens and they were just being loud and annoying and, you know, disrespectful or whatever. And then right as the movie started, somebody lit a blunt.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
That's beautiful. Do you know about this news? Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, dude.
Yeah, I have heard about that.
And it's people are funding it, Terrifier people.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
cool.
Wake Up Dead Man, dude.
Yes, I'm excited for that. You know, if every 3 or 4 years they just put Daniel Craig in one of those movies with a bunch of cool celebrities, I'll be like,
yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah, do it.
And then Avatar, but that's like it, dude.
All right.
That's kind of tough. There's not a lot of heavy hitters there. Like, I think there's some like the big fun ones for us, like the Marty Supreme and the One Battle After Another and the Weapons and stuff like that. But those aren't huge movies, and things that are huge, like the Wicked and the Zootopia or whatever. Like, I really hope Running Man's like a crossover hit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything you want to shout out?
I watched Superman and Snafooperman. But it was just on the Superman. Have you seen my Superman box set, dude?
No.
It's kind of rad. I got it for like $20 at a place, and it's just this beautiful little. Like, it looks like the fucking Fortress of Solitude. And it's got like 6 fucking discs, and it's got all the director's cuts and bonus features and shit like that. So I watched a bunch of like old cartoons, and there's so many Superman cartoons where he's just like, fuck Germany. You know?
He was a serialized character in the 30s and 40s.
It was awesome. I shouted out Miami Vice. That movie rocks. It's just fucking dudes, and it's just such cool filmmaking. It just looks visceral and cool. I love it. I watched Debs.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. I think it'd probably go down from. I give it 4. I don't know what I was doing, but it's fun. It's just like if someone was messing around with stuff, but on a really shoestring budget, and it's just a wonderful little sleepover movie.
Yeah.
I think the sleepover movie canon is a fun one to make, and there's a joy from the sleepover movies that don't exist in other movies. And,
yeah.
I think we need more sleepover movies.
Do you know about dirty crack house movies?
No.
Okay.
Pray tell.
So there is this infamous review on the movie Space Chimps on Letterboxd.
And I know the movie well.
It's if you look up Space Chimps, it's one of the top 3 reviews, and it's something like, this movie has dirty crack house vibes. A child in 2008 watched this in a dirty crack house, and that's become a category of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
I know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
for sure. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Now this is what the internet is good for.
Yes.
I'm so I think what I really need to do, if I don't do the whole cleanse of movies, maybe I just need to internet cleanse. Maybe I don't touch.
I mean, dude, I've been off Instagram for like a month. I mean, I'm on desktop, but I'm not really on Instagram. I use it for DMs. It's all right. I need to get off YouTube now, honestly.
I need to get off Reddit, because what I'm doing with Reddit is I don't participate in that culture. I don't condone that culture. I think Reddit's a cesspool.
Yeah.
But I sit above them on my chair, and I look down at my peoples, and I look at them. I say, "Tisk tisk tisk! I am much smarter than thou."
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them as a scientist would study ants, and I'm saying, it's just so weird how culture's coming around. People have no self-awareness and all this kind of stuff, and over here is getting more radical, and over here is getting more radical, and how do these people rationalize this and whatever? I think it's breaking me. I think I need to go in.
No, that probably is breaking you. Tell me about Megan.
Oh yeah, the 3 and 2.0. I slept for like 10 minutes of this movie, maybe 15. So take with that what you will. But this is a complex movie, and we were talking about this movie. We were like, how much is I hate to say this word twice. How much of the cuntiness of this movie is performative? Yeah. The answer is quite a bit. Mm-hmm. This is on the same level of humor as the first one, I would say. I don't think it's significantly yassified, the trailers like to say. It is the action's very much in the style of Upgrade. I don't think it looks as down and dirty as Upgrade, and it's not as inventive as Upgrade, but it's trying that kind of stuff. It's not a bad action movie. It's just got an identity crisis, and the way that it talks about AI, I think, is misguided and strange, and I wonder if that's how the people up top are looking at AI right now. Like, the moderates are looking at AI. It's very much we need to be with the times and not reject AI, but also we can't let AI run wild or whatever. it's not this kind of burn it, torch it attitude that like the first movie had and a lot of movies have, which is weird. It works structurally for a movie. I see why they would do it, but AI is such a big topic now, and it's kind of weird to see it take such a middling ground on it. I think there are parts of it that are actively bad, and I think there are parts of it that are fine. I think that if it was marketed differently, I think it would be a fine movie for the theater-going audiences.
Yeah.
I think it's been built for like a packed house, and it'll flounder not having that.
Yeah.
It would have done great with the crowd of teenagers wanting to have fun, and it's very much playing with people's expectations of what's happening. And there's like moments where you can tell the audience, like they want the audience to be laughing or like being surprised at things like that, and it just will have no life outside of this. And it's kind of a shame to see, but I thought it was whatever.
Yeah. I watched 2 goated movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaws and Seven.
Oh, so Seven in.
Yeah, I've seen these movies a gazillion times at this point, but Seven is my Ma movie of the week. That's the movie I would want Ma in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that you watched it with your mom.
No, I did not.
But yeah, Mom. What's Ma doing in Seven, dude?
Ma is going to be John Doe.
That would be so sick. If she's taking a picture in the stairway, and you're like, wait, is that? and she's got like a bottle, like also. But then and then later on when she's revealed, detectives.
Exactly, just like that.
That's so sick.
Just like
and
that.
It's Ma, and she's just pissed.
Mm-hmm.
She would be great in the backseat.
She would be.
Is there a better feeling than
I'm jealous of your life, Mills.
Is there a better feeling than watching that movie and he goes detectives and you're just like, I'm putting my hands in my air, like in celebration, you know? Like that's just such a, every single time I see that, it's so exciting. It's just like, that's the thing that I've been looking at when I'm doing searching about what excites me about movies. I think, like I said, it's all that shit I've been saying, but also its structure. And that's just such an exciting structure of a movie. And I think if you can do it well and you bend it, you don't break it, it can be like the most magical thing ever.
Obviously, I don't have anything to add to Jaws or Seven. Those are 2 of my favorite movies of all time. I know they're Film Bro movies, but they mean something to me. Last movie I want to shout out, and then we'll wrap up. I watched The Ugly Stepsister on your Shudder account.
Yes, I watched 2 movies I watched Debs and Miami Vice, 2 very Aiden choices for the first 2 Criterion movies.
Oh yeah. So this movie came out of Sundance this year, and I almost saw it. I saw something else instead, and I wish I had seen this instead because I liked it. I liked it way more, and I think I knew it was like it's a take on Cinderella.
Yes.
And I think I'd forgotten that, and I guess I just didn't register it with the title. But
really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
But like about the midway point, I was like, oh. They are fully committing to the Cinderella thing here. It's not just vibes, but it's the Grimm's Fairy Tale kind of version of it, which I read Grimm's Fairy Tales in 7th grade, so I've got some connection with this, and I was really rad.
Do you think? Yeah, sorry.
There is a scene in the last 10 to 15 minutes of this movie that is legitimately one of the grossest things I've ever seen.
Really?
It really plays at something that I'm very anxious about, and I'm not going to spoil it because I think you'll fuck with it, but it is something that scares me. And grosses me out.
Is it similar in the way of like when we watched The Bring Her Back and it's just like, oh, I didn't know teeth were that for me? Or is this something that you knew beforehand?
Yes. And I also want to quickly acknowledge that this is a directorial debut and it is a pretty good period piece.
Oh, really?
So,
sick.
I feel like I don't see a lot of debuts that are period pieces, and that's kind of a bold thing to do, I think.
I have a question about this movie for you, sir. Do you think it is better or worse for this movie that it came out after The Substance?
I mean, people are comparing it to The Substance because it's kind of about body image, but it's different enough, I think.
It's not the vibe.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know. This is rooted in a girl wanting a boy to love her.
Oh.
And The Substance is not really that. It's
self.
It's herself and this, and I
guess her
in society. Down. And this is just like, this is arguably a bit more tragic.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know, but that's how I feel about that movie. It's streaming on Shudder right now, and I think if you have Amazon Prime too, maybe it's there. But
I will watch it, sir. It's been
Norwegian movie. That is what I got to say this week.
Beautiful, man.
I think we're all out of takes and all out of jokes.
This is wonderful. I've just been hyped up on sugar. This thing got me, dude. I'm drinking some Body Armor Light, dude, and I've just been hyped up this whole time.
All right. Well, we'll be back in like a week and a half or a week to talk about a little movie called Superman.
Hey.
That's right.
All right. Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
loyal subjects.